Hey, it's me, MLB. Here's That Side Character, Chapter 35, and this one is titled Decisions, Decisions. You also didn't want to look, and you also didn't want to hear if Kenma denied it, so you quickly spoke up to potentially drown him out should he say something that you didn't want to hear. Well, I'm looking forward to today, you said brightly. It's going to be awesome. At that point, you had entered into a more busy part of town, near cafes and hangout areas, and Kuroo paused for a second and looked back. What is it? You asked him, looking over your shoulder just in time to see two girls running off and laughing. That girl just took my picture, Kuroo said with an amused tone in his voice. She what? You asked with surprise. She took a photo of you? Yeah, he replied, then turned to face the front again and keep walking. You looked back to catch another glimpse of the girls again, but they had gone. Once everyone was on the train, you all sat down to chat and relax for the next part of the journey, and you sat next to Kenma, with you sitting next to the window, and Kuroo and Lev sitting opposite you both, facing you. Kenma started to feel a little overwhelmed by the amount of conversation that was happening between you all, so he pulled his PSP out to play, while you and the two boys chatted about random things. It wasn't long until your stop, and you all got off at the entrance to the theme park. Ooh, theme park! You squealed with excitement, grabbing Kenma's arm and shaking it. What are we going to go on first? I'll watch the bags, Kenma said, head buried into his PSP, as usual. No, I want to go on the giant drop with you, you whined. Kenma slowly looked up at you from his PSP. The look of death in his eyes was enough to tell you that he really wasn't one for thrill rides. Well, what do you want to go on then? You asked him. I'll watch the bags. He looked back down at his PSP. No, you have to at least go on one ride with me, you implored. Otherwise, what's the point of you coming here? I don't care where I go. If you're there, it's fun regardless, he said casually, still looking down at his console in hand. But even though he said it so flippantly, it still made your heart jump, and you scratched your cheek bashfully as you averted your eyes for a second. Well, I'll watch the bags with you then, he said softly. No, I want you to have fun, he said, pausing his game to look at you. You look the best when you're having fun. What are these casual compliments? I can't take this, you screamed internally, remaining calm on the outside as he went back to his game. Fine, I'll go and look good then. I'll go and have fun, but just so you know, you paused as you turned away so that you could say your next line without seeing his face. I like me best when I'm with you. Feeling like you'd said maybe a little bit too much, you then sprinted away, leaving a blushing Kenma standing there staring down at his PSP. By the time he looked up to reply to you, you had gone, and he sighed with relief, to be honest, because he didn't really quite know what to do or say to you after that comment, but he felt the same. You ran and ran until you thought that you were at the furthest end of the theme park, and thus safe from Kenma. I can't go back now, because I said that to him, you thought as you rested your hands on your knees and bent over a little bit to catch your breath. While you stood there, breathing heavily, you looked up at the ride in front of you and saw that it was titled Corkscrew Twister, a vertical circular roller coaster that was shaped like a corkscrew and went quite high up in the air. On top of the height of this thing, the individual seats on it spun in a circle as it rolled around the tracks from the top of the ride all the way down to the bottom. Positively vomit-inducing. Perfect for you. You grinned when you watched the people on board this ride screaming with delight and terror. Then you looked for the line so you could queue up for a turn. Thankfully, not a lot of people wanted to go on this ride, so you lined up eagerly, looking around with a bright smile on your face. Ah, Kuroo said as he approached you. You're going on this one? Yep, you said excitedly. Looks awesome. Where's Puddinghead? Kuroo asked, looking around. Who? Oh, Kenma. He said he was going to watch the bags, you said with a shrug. Kuroo frowned. I wanted you two to spend some time together, he muttered. Sorry? You asked, hearing him say something, but not hearing what he said over the sound of people on the coaster screaming. Never mind, he said with a smile. How about we have some fun here? Mind if I join you? No, that's fine, he said with another smile. You sure you're tall enough to go on? He teased, plopping a hand on your head. Yes, you replied with indignation, only noticing after his comment that he was joking, and so you then chuckled. Don't be mean, you tall bag of sherbet. That's one I've never heard before, Kuroo commented, removing his hand. Get used to it, he replied with a grin. Not even Kenma is used to me, and we've been hanging out for a while now. Oh, that's right, you have, haven't you? Kuroo said with a smirk as he bent down to your level with his hands in his pockets. So what's the deal, Yin? Your face suddenly felt hot, and you blinked and avoided eye contact with him. What do you mean? You asked, more to stall for time than anything else. So do you like Puddinghead? Because I'm pretty sure he likes you, Kuroo said with a smirk. Has he said anything like that? Like, has he told you that he likes me? Like, directly told you? You asked, digging the toe of your shoe onto the ground and wiggling it around. Not directly. But I've known him a long time, and long enough to know him well. And I can just tell, Kuroo said. But you never answered my question. Do you like him? The scheming captain do be scheming. It will be chapter 36 tomorrow. I'll see you then.